Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We did it. We finally did it. Jabba's sail barge is done. Here comes the review. Let's start with the boxes. Now on this one, we're going to start with the inside boxes first. So it starts with the Max Rebo box. So you get this box out, and it's going to have like your instruction manuals in it and everything, as well as the like sails are different. They're kind of stuck in like a cardboard box. You're gonna get everything inside of this one, which I'm realizing I'm not showing super well. Here you go. And then kind of cool that they put the art on the box. It could have just been blank, you know. I've not opened the Star Destroyer yet. We'll see if that has some special boxes in it too. And then this guy, who I think it's something Crumb. We can see a lot of light on his face right now. There you go. So cool that they did that for the inside boxes. And then let's look at the actual big box here. This set is, we'll zoom in on that down here, 18 and up, 3,942 pieces. 36 individual steps. Now, a lot of the steps were double steps. Oh, I want to show you this too. Inside, when you very first open the box, you've got a little thing of Jabba the Hutt right there with Princess Leia. Pretty awesome. Very cool. And then all the giblets are in there. That's all the giblets for the entire build, though. That's not bad. Giblets are just the extra parts that are left over after each step. And then in here, that's the other thing you can see. There's a part of Jabba's skiff right there. Sail barge right there. From the actual movie. Very cool. And then on the back, I mean, this box is 10 out of 10, right? I mean, these Ultimate Collector boxes, especially of this size, they're awesome. We got play features, everything we're going to look at here in just a second, but pretty cool to see it all. What a project this one was. It took a while. Over, 30 individual shorts, because a few of the steps were together, so it wasn't exactly 36 shorts made out of this, but I know it was over 30 shorts, and it took well over a month to get all of them out and to do all that. So, pretty awesome build, pretty big build. Biggest one I've ever done. Then you get your instruction manuals, right? So, you pull out the Max Rebo box. These are both in there. And number 2 is just the instructions. There's nothing special inside of there. Oh, except for the stickers. A set this size only had this many stickers. That's when you know you've got a quality set, and I really enjoy seeing that. Now, that being said, I mean, something like Jabba's sail barge is mostly just brown, but they still use stickers to add some accents and stuff. Like, can you see this? Yes. These little fins are a sticker there. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, in book number 1, though, that's where you get your extra information. So you're going to have your Ultimate Collector Series stuff, right? So you're going to have the little excerpt from, I don't know if that's the director. Yeah, director and lead. And a little bit about what Jabba is all about. And it's in a bunch of different languages, too. I'm only showing the English side. So you can pause them if you want to read them or whatever. Nice. Nice. And then, oh, there's more. So, humor and drama. There's that one. Nice. Is there one more? There is. This is talking about the exclusive minifigs, or the new. They don't say exclusive, but they do say new for now. The only way you can get any of these 3 is from this set. For now. I'm sure they will eventually add to it. And then, I guess that's concept art, or just like the original model from when they did this on the Return of the Jedi for the first time. And then it says never to pick this thing up by the bottom and to, you know, set it on its, or put your hands underneath it is what it's saying. Yeah. Which is very true. And we're going to talk about that. Is there anything else in here? Nope. That's it. Cool. Let's take a look at the set. Now, after a little bit, I'm going to switch over to my old camera holder, and we're going to get in close to some things. But to start for now, this is what you get. You get a little nameplate like this, and it's going to say, you know, Jabba's sail barge and some info on that. This is also the place where Jabba goes, but we're going to talk about all that in a little bit too. And then you get this black row where each individual character can go. Oh, it actually goes this way. So each minifig has a place to go in there, which is cool. Now the set itself. I weighed this set. It is just over 4 pounds of Lego, which is pretty crazy. It's definitely, you can feel it when you pick it up. Like there is a heft to it. And all the way around it, let's spin it. So the front there. We're going to get it off to the side here. It's just cool looking. It's massive. It is huge. Very, very cool. There's the back of it. Now, we'll start with the gripe and then we'll get into some cool stuff, right? This stuff where they tell you not to pick it up in the manual, right, is just super loose and floppy. And I'm not sure, I know it looks like it should, but why those couldn't have been part of the Technic system where then they were solid inside of that, right? Same with these. These are pretty wobbly too. Can I see that on camera? Yeah. So if somebody grabbed that pretty aggressively, they would snap off. They're not the hardest thing to put back on, but kind of frustrating at times. Okay. Whoa, see? Just like that. I kind of like when things happen on camera. So what happened there, I'm going to show you. This back part, when I squeezed it, this popped off. Now, it's just a ball and socket joint, so you just put this back on, and you just click it in there, right? Like it's already back on there. It's pretty easy. But it's kind of frustrating that that is like that, and I spoiled the future. So, let's close it back up. So, when we're looking at the Jabba sail barge here, you've got basically 2 decks, right? You've got the upper deck and then the inner deck, right? And the upper deck is, I really like it because it's mostly smooth bricks with just a few places to put minifigures, which I think is pretty neat. And then you got all the sail barges, the sails themselves, which I think are pretty cool. Just to see better, I'm going to tilt these sails away. So we're going to open that up a little bit. Nice. And I would imagine on Tatooine, you would need actual sails on your floating barge because the sun is brutally hot. Now you get a little turret right here built on with the little, oh, I used to know what those aliens were called, but I don't right now. So the little pig guy we'll go with, gets to arm that one. This is the one that Leia eventually gets onto, and it's like a rotating turret, which does pose in whatever way you want, which is pretty cool. And then there's another one of these turrets right across here. Not sure if that's visible. A little bit. But anyways, it's the same as this one over here. The detail's cool. The rails look awesome, that they're these kind of like tubes that have been used for all kinds of stuff throughout Lego, but they look awesome as rails here. The top, pretty awesome. Now these little doors open here, and there's another one that opens here. Are we still seeing that? I think so. I'm gonna pick this up actually. I want to show you that this goes in here, and then this pops off, right? And so that is now an entryway into inside, and I'll show you where that correlates to in a second. And then same goes for these. These can open up, and that makes an entryway going down inside too, and I'll show you that here in a second as well. For now, let's pluck these minifigures off, and I'm gonna stick them over here. And then let's open this up. So let's start with the first compartment. Yeah, let's just open them all up, and then I will go get the other rig, and we'll zoom in on it. So there's the full open set. Pushing that back here. You've got the cockpit area where the pilots are, and it's really intricate and really detailed in there. It's pretty cool to see the screen readouts and stuff. You don't think that somebody's got to drive this thing, right? But yeah, they must have hired some pretty skilled pilots, I'm sure. Then you got a prison and an armory over here, which is really cool to see. Then you've got the kitchen, and then this is a stairs system going up to that same thing I was just talking about before that opens up, which is pretty cool, which I'm going to shut before I forget. And then you got Jabba's little enclave here where he hangs out and has his little smoke pipe and everything down in there. Again, I'm going to zoom in on all this pretty soon. And then Max Rebo hangs out back here, which is really hard to see, but I'll zoom in. So I'm going to push this back. I'm going to actually remove the top here so we get good lighting coming in. So to do that, you actually have to pull all the sides open. So all the sides, even the other side, opens up. And then these will just lift right out. And these little things are pretty sturdy. I think they're built pretty well. There's no Technic in them or anything, but there is plenty of long plates and stuff like that. I don't think anyone's just going to snap that in half when they take it off. And same goes for this one. Just pops off like that, and it's a good sturdy. And this one's even more sturdy. Again, no Technic or anything, but lots of brick to make that. So, not bad. Now, when we're looking at this here, oh, the entire back fell off that time. We'll have to look at how I'm going to reconnect that. Interesting. I'm not going to fret over that right now, though, so we're going to just move on with that. But that is the thing about these kind of series of Legos, right? The Ultimate Collector series, as much as they look like they might be like a playset for kids, they're just too fragile. The X-Wing, oh my gosh, is that thing fragile. The TIE Interceptor wants to just break when you just look at it, you know? So even this one, I can tell it's just too flimsy to ever be a plaything. When we first were building, I said maybe. If you watched my review of the mid-build review, right? I was like, maybe a kid could play with this because this part is so structurally sound. But then you put the other stuff on, and it's an absolutely no way, not a chance. Not a chance. Okay, I'm going to get the best light I can, which I believe is going to be like that. Let's look at the pilot here first. So, you can see he's got some screens in there, which is pretty cool. He's checking out everything, making sure the ship is smooth sailing. You don't want Jabba mad at you, right? This part is flimsy, very flimsy, kind of like the back just fell off. The front can kind of do some of that too. But then as soon as you get to this point, very sturdy, right? Very sturdy. Now I'm going to turn this a little bit here, and I'm going to straighten this out too. Shoot. Okay. Now we're looking at the prison and the armory back here, which have these ladders that you can move to and fro like that, and they they kind of like correlate with where these open pieces were, right? So the part that kind of opened up, you can go through there, and that's where those line up to. But then you can move them kind of out of the way if you want to get to any of the weapons back there. But I think they look cool. It's not like something I'm going to play with, so we're going to just leave them back there. They look awesome. The door opens here for the prison, so you can put somebody in there if you want. And then comes the kitchen. Might be the coolest room in this whole thing. The detail is incredible here. And actually, I'm going to move C-3PO and R2 here. So let's go ahead and pluck those minifigs. And I'm going to pull this little guy I have cooking, which is one of the exclusive guys. I don't know. He's kind of cool. But let's get back there. I'm going to get the pilot out too because I forgot about him. So now we've got the kitchen. And this whole stair system comes out. You just pull up. And just like, well, I got a little gripe about this one too, because I think these top platforms could have just a little bit of pegs to hold them in place. But they're pretty sound and solid. Something like this, 2 pegs made it perfect. So it's easy to pop in, pop out. Takes no force at all, but yet it's sturdy, you know? That's the kind of Lego engineering I like. Anyways, here's our kitchen. You can see they've got some like meats up there, some bones, I'm sure some alcohol, all kinds of good stuff for Jabba. Jabba's going to have like exquisite taste when it comes to things, very expensive things, because he is one of the galaxy's biggest gangsters. You can see all the dishes and stuff, cleavers. The detail's awesome. If you go in here, these drawers open up. There's a bone that's kind of in there. Oh, I can't see that if I tilt. No, I'm not going to do it. Anyways, there's a bone in there. There's a frog there. And then I put another bone in the bottom one. Still can't see that. Nope, that's okay. They're just bones like this one here. But they have working drawers. This actually opens up too, but the trash can's in the way. So I'm going to leave it right there. But it's awesome. I think it's so cool to see all that detail. Even just to see these little bricks here. I think that is awesome. kind of like little lanterns going through, which, yeah, we're almost to that point. We'll talk about it here in a second. Now, last part is Jabba's part. Let me see. We need some better stability here. All right, so Jabba, I'm going to move the little, I forget his name. Jabba's henchman, second in command, Princess Leia. And then Jabba himself, I'm going to pull him out. And he's a big dude. That's a big old minifigure. I don't know if it's even mini. That's a big figure. And then we got Crumb that we're going to pull out here too. Okay. Now in the back of this, you can see kind of what this is all about. I'm actually going to pick this up and look over top here too, because we are struggling here. Okay, so we've got some artwork on the side. Pretty neat. Then we got his little smoke pipe thing, which was a little bit of a pain to build. It had some little finicky parts. And then that base, the base was fun to build. That was pretty cool. Cool to see that come together. But that is Jabba's actual room there. And then this is where Max lives, back on his little instrument back here. And probably playing the Cantina song, you know. Rocking it out. But there's not a whole lot of room back there for him. And there's like a little extra seat there too. But yeah, that's where Max lives. And we're going to pick him out of here too. And that is very wobbly. It's one of the most wobbly parts of this set is right here. Which I guess is fine. Really, I mean, again, at first I thought maybe a kid's playset, so I was like, well, that needs to be way more sturdy. But after you put this whole thing together, you're like, no way. There's enough close to the kitchen. See the little fire and everything. More art on the wall too. And really, that's where the stickers were from the artworks on the wall, and then those little few things on the side. Otherwise, not many stickers. And you can walk through this whole thing as well, right? So there's archways going through each one. Boom. Into the prison. And then up to the pilots up front. Yeah, this is way better having this thing off its stand. So sorry about that earlier, guys, but this looks cool. It's a little shaky, but and those were some of the stickers too, right? So that's really it. That was really it on the stickers, which we love to see. Cool. So now let's talk about what we didn't like about this set, right? With this set, I think my biggest complaint, I'm going to leave this right here while I put this back together because it's going to make sense in a second. Let's just make sure we're level and pointed kind of in the middle. Okay. So when I start putting these things back on, I'm going to put this here. Good. And then this one's going to go here. Like so. Boom. See how instantly dark this becomes. And I have sun beaming in behind me. Some really nice natural light hitting this. But look how dark it is back in through here. All at the top here. I mean, Jabba would never hang out in a place like that. Now, on these side pieces, each one of these little things is a window. So you could open up a bunch of windows. But right now, I have everything down. Like, that's full on. You can see through it to the box back there. It's just very dark inside when this is on. I thought maybe they could put a few like little maybe extra windows, or maybe at the top there could have put some clear pieces to let light through. But in reality, to fix this, it's getting the light kit. The light kit that came with this, or that you can buy for this, it fixes the whole thing. It looks awesome. And I'm probably going to pick that up at some point. So that's, I think, the biggest gripe that I have with this one. The second one being flimsiness. Like, just by turning this around a little bit, I should not have broke it, but I did. We're going to stick that back in there. And I'm going to turn this a little bit more again. Things we like about it, though, oh, man, like everything else. Like, that's my only minor gripe with this thing. I will say the other gripe might be the price tag on this. I think they're listed at $550 right now. I should have looked at that before I got on here. But I will definitely put it in the picture of like the thumbnail, because that's one of the main talking points, right? This set is massive, but should only be about $400 based off the number of Legos. So this set has a pretty extreme Star Wars tax. That being said, I did have the Luke's lightsaber that came with it, which was pretty cool. I mean, that's awesome, and that's selling for like $100 on its own. So sometimes more than that. So it is what it is, and is it worth it? It's always going to be up to you. Is it worth it to, say your Lego budget is $600 to spend it all on this, or to get a few smaller sets and put them all together to make kind of a cooler scene or something? That's always up to you. That's what you're trying to get into. But we're gonna stack these up. So we've got little Crumb guy. We've got R2D2. We've got this guy who's exclusive to the set. We've got this guy who's exclusive to the set. We've got this guy who's exclusive to the set. So 3 exclusives for now until they make more. Bib Fortuna. Couldn't think of his name earlier, but that's who he is. C-3PO. Pretty cool. Always gotta have some C-3POs. Princess Leia in her slave costume and with the chains. I think that's pretty awesome. The little pig guy. Actually, I'm going to put him at the end because the middle one's going to be Max Rebo. And you can tell Max is like one of the kid size, like a Lego kid, which I think is awesome. Love it. Love that. And then we bring in the actual nameplate itself. And we plop on the man himself, Jabba, his sail barge. And, this video is long, and I apologize, guys, but unapologetically so, because this set took forever. I wanted a good, thorough review of this thing. I want you to see every in and out of it. I love this set. Like, most things are good. Like, I think when we're talking about this, most of this set is a score. The only little things, price, durability, right? Those are hard. Otherwise, it is like a legit replica of what was in the movies, which is so cool. And the whole point of this build, this barge, right, was to take Han and I guess at that point Luke and Chewie and throw them into the Sarlacc pit, right? So they actually make a set of the Sarlacc pit, and it's actually our next build. So what's coming up next is going to be the Sarlacc pit, where you build the actual Sarlacc itself, and then you get a little skiff like this. You get Luke, Han, another Boba Fett, which you can never have too many of those, a Chewbacca, and Lando. So we get the whole crew once these 2 sets are together, which, let's be real, for what this, I think this was only like $70. They should have had this inside of here. Then you could charge your $550, and call this one set, But it is what it is. Lego's kind of out of control right now when it comes to cost. And I'm so happy I got to build something like this. I mean, it was definitely, at times, doing all the stop motion. It was a lot, but it was fun. And some of the steps were super satisfying to watch. I think my most commented on video was the one that was for the boys. And I think my most viewed one was actually whenever I showed Jabba for the first time. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I enjoyed the build. To me, my personal collection, love this. I'm doing it all the time, right? I'd do it again in a heartbeat. But when you're talking about like blowing your Lego budget, it's one of those things that maybe someday this thing would go on sale. I don't know, but Legos don't really do that. Not Star Wars ones anyways. But for its price tag, you are going to get a heck of a display piece. Officially not a play piece. Anyways, I'm done rambling, guys. So we're going to get shorts out starting, skiff. It'll be tomorrow. I'll have the first step of this one out tomorrow. So you can look forward to that. We'll have that in short form. We'll do the stop motion for all those. And then maybe we should open this and see how many bags there are. Nah, we'll do that another time. And then once that's done, we'll do a review again with the Jabba sail barge, and we'll put it all together. So hang tight for that. Again, sorry but not sorry about this long video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if anybody made it this far, please like the video and go ahead, share it too. If you've made it this far, you're all in. So share it, and Here, let's get one more good zoom in of everything. When I hit 25 minutes, I'm turning it off. Boom. Boom. What a set.